everybody. Welcome to the Love and Tea Show. Hey, everybody. It is good to be here. I am so sorry I'm running late. I literally just got through braiding some hair. Hey, Etna Black. Hey, Proficient Cuts. What's going on? Welcome to the Real Love and Tea Show. Hey, Berwakwa. What's going on, love? Hey. Hey, Double Grinch. Hey, everybody. Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? Okay, hey, yes. Welcome to the Real Love and Tea Show. It started late. I literally just finished with a client. And so you all know how that can be, especially when you braiding hair and it's down their back. Okay. Down their back and natural hair too. No chemicals, baby. Okay. Hit it straight golf. What up? What up? What up? Hey, welcome to the Real Love and Tea Show. You get away. Well, I know y'all want to be like, Andy, what is today's topic about that you're willing to come on even at starting at 8:14? And the topic today is this will pass. This will pass and not gas, right? You know, I know a lot of us, we're waiting and we're expecting these blessings, and you're trying to stay in a good spirit, and then it just seems like everything is hitting you right, left, and center, just coming from every angle. And you're supposed to try to stay in this position of being grateful and humble. Sometimes you could be the head of the family, right? Where all the responsibilities come on you, and you don't have anybody to turn to. And so you're like, oh my God, like if I really go through this, you know what I'm saying, by me dealing with this and I don't have anybody to turn to, if I tell somebody, they'll probably think I'm like weak, right? Because everybody got to be so strong. In today's society, if people smell any type of weakness, that's like a shark with it's like being in a tank with sharks and then they smell blood, right? They're going to try to attack you. So the whole thing is you got to try to stay as strong as possible. And so today's topic is like, this too shall pass. This will pass. Like, this will pass. Whatever you're going through, it's going to pass. This is temporary. This isn't something that you should make a major life-threatening change. Like some people, they do stuff and it's a temporary thing and they make a permanent decision. Hey, Ken Ray. Hey, Ken Ray. And the Black Brazil. Oh, yes. But no, seriously. So you're making this permanent decision and it's really something temporary, but because you're caught up in the moment and you feel like, oh my God, what am I going to do? You could do something that will alter your life forever. And so, people be like, I got all these bills. Oh my God, what am I going to do? At the end of the day, everybody got bills. I don't care if you're a rich man, you have bills. And so the thing is not to let everything just overwhelm you, because this world will overwhelm you. And they make you seem like you can't fail. You can't have a down moment. You can't be your authentic self, right? Like, I may not be having a damn great day today. I know I said I was going to have a great day, but darn it, right now, something just happened to me and I don't feel good about it. Right? And the only perfect being is God. That's why he tells you to cast your cares upon him, because he knows you're going to have a darn bad day. He knows you're going to have good days as well as bad days, ups and downs, and he wants you to come to him. Right? Because some people you tell your situation to, they use it in a way where they could try to manipulate you. They see that you're weak and you're vulnerable, and so yet they want to take advantage of you. It's some piranhas out here. It's some human piranhas. They're waiting. It's some human sharks out here. They're waiting to see you fall. The moment you fall, they feel like they could slip in and take your place or whatever it is. Like I was listening to someone talk about, yeah, like in some states, like in some places, like because there's a shortage of men, women, they go after married men and they go after them because they know they're taken. They know they have somebody. So because they have somebody, they know like, oh, this person is good. They're good with commitment. So then they try to sneak in. It's some people, not everybody is gonna be understanding when you're going through these things. And so you're saying, Andy, where are you going with this? Yes, you may be having a bad day. Yes, you may be having a bad month. Maybe just what's going on with you, you don't feel like you can get through it. I'm here to tell you that it will come to pass. It will subside. Because there are so many scriptures to let you know that God won't leave you, he won't forsake you. You just got to believe. This is the time that you really supposed to believe in him. Not when everything's going well, but when it's not going well. When you don't see a way out. You don't see the light, even though he is the light. He is the light is the knowledge. You don't see it because you're like in the thick of it. So let's go into it. So it says, what's to pass? Move or cause to move in a specific direction, to proceed, to go across, leave behind on one side, a successful completion of an examination or course. Learn to control your emotions and prepare for challenges. Keep a level of calmness and understanding. Find ways on overcoming your darkness. Exactly, Ken Ray. Exactly. Son and mom, hey, how are you? Because at the end of that, and you know what? That's a fantastic point. You have to find a way, like my grandfather used to say, never let passion dominate reasoning, right? You have to control your emotions. You have to. And I believe in God in therapy. I believe in it. I believe God sends destiny helpers, right? Be in the world, but not on it. And so a lot of times people just, you got to be careful who you are getting advice from. I know you like, Andy, really, but you on here. But I'm on here to say you really have to look at a person's motives. You got to look at a person's fruit and their mental state. Because depending on what you're going through, a lot of people talk out of fear, out of hurt. So if they have not overcame that, they will give you bad advice in your weakest moments. That's why God always says to be surrounded by wise counsel, because he knew that people were going to go through things. And in order to elevate or get past whatever you're going through, you have to have some type of wisdom and understanding, like I talked about last week. You got to have that discernment. And you always got to tell yourself it won't always be like this. And there is usually a strategic plan that he will give you. So even though you don't see it now, if you stay close to him, he'll start telling you. You all of a sudden you'll feel a certain comfort. Hey, fashion will kill you. One of the coldest stylists on the planet coming out of New York City. Hey, boo, hey. And so today's topic is this will pass. This will pass and not gas. And what's gas? That's flatulence, right? In humans, that's the expulsion of gas from the intestines via your anus, your butt. And it's referred to as farting, right? And that gas that comes out, when you're all gassy, like my little niece Isla, she's like 3 months old. She is so cute, and she is a preemie. And because she's a preemie, her body, her organs aren't fully developed, but they're starting to be and stuff like that. So she tends to be a little gassy, even though she don't want to, even though she want to laugh and stuff like that. That gas hurt. But you can tell as soon as she passed, she got a big smile on her face. It's such a relief to get rid of that. So even gas, you like, oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to get rid of that. And it's kind of embarrassing. Even though she's an infant, she makes these little faces. You're like, oh, what a cute baby. And then but as soon as she releases it, she got the cutest little smile and all her little gum show. Oh my God. But you'll hear about my niece later. But anyway, all I'm saying to you is in life, you're going to have situations like gas, right? Because gas is temporary. As soon as it passes, unless you are like you have some like serious condition, it will pass. And the moment that is going on, it can be kind of painful, especially if it gets all in your chest. Well, that's like a lot of situations that we deal with. It's like gas. Like I can't take anymore, Laura. How much can an individual take? And you think, well, because I'm a believer and I believe in you, I shouldn't have anything bad happen to me. In fact, I'm trusting in you. In fact, I'm fasting and I'm not doing the things that other people in the world are doing, and yet things are happening to me. And you're trying to figure out, like, why are these things happening when they shouldn't be? But like I always tell you, some stuff you got to go through because it makes you a stronger individual. If you never go through anything, you will never know how strong you can be. You will never know that you can overcome a lot of things. You will stay in the same situation. Sometimes you got to force yourself to be in uncomfortable situations so without a shadow of a doubt how strong you really are. And sometimes God has you go through stuff too to keep you humble. So you don't start bragging and boasting. So every now and again, he'll send something your way that you got to overcome to be like, listen, I thought I had my stuff together, but obviously I don't. Obviously, I need some help, and I need it from up above. Because it's already a lot of people, they think that God's any darn way. But God. So sometimes we're going through stuff not because we're bad people. You could be a honestly good person and go through something. May it be death, breaking up, losing a job. And you're like having issues with children. Like right now, I'm dealing with someone that's getting ready to be a teenager. And there's already a difference in his demeanor because he's growing up and he's finding out who he really is, and he's no longer a baby, and therefore I can't baby him, and him trying to figure himself out sometimes comes across in a wrong way. Not that he's doing it intentionally, but he's developing mentally. And as he's developed, I have to be a little bit more understanding and realize, oh my God, I have a teenager now. I have a young adult. And some stuff he has to figure out on his own, and then let him know that if he has any issues that he can always come to me, and mommy won't judge him. Let's just talk it out and figure it out. And I think the most important part when you're going through things is that you need people that you can confide in. That's why you got to constantly ask God to send you destiny helpers. Like, for instance, right now, I am literally watching a movie, right? I'm always watching some movie, but I was watching this movie where this girl had her friend, like she needed a job, right? And her friend was like, hey, come to my town. I could hook you up. Right. And so you're thinking, oh my God, This is great. This is a great friend. Like her friend graduated from the university. She's looking for a job. And then the thing with the friend is she's not really a friend. She's really having her come out to a specific town so she could turn her into a prostitute. Because that's what she's doing. And the girl is constantly like, I want to work. So she's literally paying people to act like they're going to hire her, right? Just to like deny her. Then she hired this guy that she's cool with to become her boyfriend just to break her heart. To be like, oh, men aren't good. You can't get a job. Like literally trying to sabotage her. She's like, yeah, hurt her real bad. And all the girl wanted was a job. And it's kind of like, Heifer, if you can't help me, leave me be. Don't try to make my situation worse. That's why I'm always telling you all to check people's fruit. Check their motives. And in all and who's always been with you is God. And all throughout the movie, the girl isn't doing what the other girl thought she would do. Like the bad friend, she keeps trying to figure out, why is this girl not falling for the bait? Why isn't she, even though she's going through all this trauma, all of this hurt, all of this pain, all of this anguish of not getting a job, why hasn't she like crumbled? But it's the God in her. It's the God in her that says, keep going. I'm with you. And her friend doesn't, the bad friend doesn't know that. She just noticing like every time she throws something at her, every time she throws a challenge at her, she is passing. Like she's literally passing this thing. And that's what I'm here to tell you. That's what God wants you to know. You don't, even though you're in the thick of it, you don't understand that you're passing so many tests, that God is with you, and that you don't know how your bills are getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Like you should have been kicked out already. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, people are stressing out. What am I gonna get my kid for Christmas? What am I gonna do? This is Christmas time. And just like I told y'all like a few weeks ago, my brother-in-law was in a horrible car accident. And the last thing, nothing personal, nothing personal, but we are just glad that he's alive. And the family is working together to make sure my sister and the kids have what they need. Like the holiday in itself is just the cheer of it all. But it's not about gifts. Like we're going crazy. We have gotten so materialistic that we're going nuts and causing so much extra pressure that we don't need. Life is already so dramatic. I'm not saying that if I get a gift, I won't be happy and all that other stuff. But I am starting to really, really understand what is important. And I know that life is precious. However much time you have it. And the issues, everybody got them. It's no person on this planet that's not going through anything. Somebody is going through some type of dilemma. But it's how you come through it, your mental state, your mental faculties of how you're going to deal with getting through it. And one is to keep God first, because he's not going to leave you. He's not going to forsake you. You don't got to do a whole bunch of cartwheels. You don't have to pay a whole bunch of fake prophets to be telling you stuff. Not saying that there aren't any good ones and things like that. And I understand it's the end of the year and you feel like, God, it hasn't happened yet. God, it hasn't happened yet. You promised me in January, or I thought you did. Like the end of the year is here and I still haven't got what you promised me. But I'm here to tell you, God's timing is not your timing. And when he's ready for you to have it, where he feel like you won't fumble and that he can actually give you a complete pass, then that's what he's going to do. But he's not going to give you it if he thinks you're going to fumble it or you're just not in the right situation to have it. So yes, this too shall pass, of all this anxiety that you're facing going through what you're going through. If you just give it over to God and know that he got you, you will be okay. But it's not until we start looking at other people talking about why they got their blessing and I ain't got my blessing yet. I should have my blessing now. You will get it when it is your turn. And you should be at a point in your life right now that when you see people get blessed, you should be congratulating. Just be happy. Like so many people around me got brand new cars and stuff like that. And you can't be like, I ain't get my car yet, Lord. You know, I was waiting on this job promotion and I ain't getting, no. You don't know what they prayed, what they sold, whatever. And your situation is different from their situation. And just like in the movie where the girl should have been a good friend and should have told her what she was doing, like, yo, chick, I'm a prostitute, right? Just be upfront. Like, if this was not saying that I condone it or not before somebody go there. But what I am saying is she should have just been honest with it. Look, this is what I'm doing. I can't get a job where I'm at, and this is what I'm on. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong, but this is what I'm doing. Even though, according to scripture, it is wrong. So it's wrong. But what I'm saying is, and she know it's wrong. But what I'm saying is she not being truthful to her friend and willing to put her in harm's way. And the girl never did anything to her. So I wouldn't consider a person like this as a friend. This would be a friend of me. And a lot of times I'm telling y'all, watch your surroundings. You have a lot of frenemies. People, when you're going through your situation, they are literally trying to compete with you. Even in your mess. Even when you're trying to get your stuff together. Even when you don't feel like you are at the point where you should be. It is people literally keeping tabs on you, wishing they had what you had or wishing they could take what you have, knowing that you're struggling, knowing that you don't have it together, and don't care. If they can use you, they will. But even that will pass. Because if you ask for God to open your eyes and give you discernment and wisdom and understanding, you will see straight through these people and get them the heck away from you. And don't wish them any type of harm. Hey, it's Samira Marie's mom. How are you? So this will pass. Whatever you're going through. Yes, I know it's the end of the year. Yes, you've been asking God to give you stuff. Yes, you've been fasting. Yes, you sowed your seeds. But the one thing about God is he's not a slot machine. So he don't need your money. And whatever he gonna bless you with, he gonna bless you with. Because it says your steps have been ordered. We sow seeds because we just making the ground fertile, but it's not like God, if I don't give God money, if I don't do this, I don't do that, then God's not going to bless me. That's not how God works. God is decent and he is fair. And when he deems fit for you to have it, you will have it. Favor is for a lifetime. It is not a temporary thing. Like last week, Psalm 23. You shall lack nothing. So you can't have a lack mindset. You actually have to be in a humble mindset. You have to be in a grateful mindset. Just be happy to be alive. It's a lot of people that didn't make it. It's a lot of people that are passing away. And you trying to compete where you don't compare. Comparison is the biggest killer. People perishing for a lack of knowledge. Killer. Killer in your finances, killer in your spirit. It's just totally breaking you down. Unnecessary drama. And you have to get to a healthy place where I'm just happy to be here at this point. Not saying that I never say, oh, good things are going to come to me. I'm looking for a blessing. When I get the blessing, accelerated blessings and all that other stuff. But the blessing in itself is to be alive, to be healthy, mind, body, and soul. I have just got into a place when God is ready to bless me on whatever He's going to bless me with. I'm just going to be grateful. Oh God, I haven't got it yet. You gonna go crazy before you even get it. You gonna stress yourself out and kill you before you even get the blessing because you're too busy stressing. Okay, you don't believe me that this will pass, whatever you're going through. I don't care if it's loneliness. This won't last always. Yes, okay, you waiting for your future husband, future wife. You know what I'm saying? You waiting on that job promotion. You've worked your tail off. You waiting for God. You didn't put in all these applications and you still haven't got it yet. Know that God is going to. It says faith without works is dead, right? You put in the works. The other part is faith. Faith without works is dead. Faith without it. So if you're questioning God, then best believe you're not ready for it. You're not ready for it. He's omnipotent, omnipresent. He's not a man that he should lie. And don't get caught up because it's December. If God wants to do something in 0 to 5 seconds, it will happen instantaneously. He don't need your help. He's the creator of everything. King of kings, Lord of lords. He don't need your help. Jehovah Jireh, my provider. Sometimes having people in your life who my spouse, it ain't nothing like a peace of mind getting the wrong person. You so thirsty that you'll put the wrong person in your life and you won't have any peace. And then you'll turn around and blame God. You waiting on this particular job, but you not letting God guide you and lead you till you get something that you don't work. And then the job stresses you out and you have a heart attack. Or you buying stuff right now that you know you can't afford, trying to keep up with the Joneses, because that's what everybody's doing on social media. You do whatever you want to do with your money, but depending on how you spending it and overdoing it causes stress, going into debt, trying to impress people that don't even know who the hell you are. Just saying, they don't know you. Whatever I give my child on Christmas is what I give my child on Christmas. And so what I'm saying is whatever you're going through, it will pass. The stress will pass. But what you cannot do is add extra. This will pass and not gas. Right? That flatulence you feel when you gotta go. Just like gas. You know, this anger that you have, this bitterness. I was with somebody, one of my clients, and she's just so damn bitter. 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 And instead of letting go and let God and getting therapy on it, you got to be careful where you get information, because you will think because a person is older, they seem established, that they got their stuff together, but you're only looking at the physical aspect of what she has and not mentally. I love having a peace of mind. Be able to go to sleep and no cares in the world. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. And whatever I can't do today, I just can't do today. I have just gotten off this hamster wheel of life where, sometimes I won't answer certain calls. I just won't. Especially if somebody's gonna bring all type of drama. Because life itself is so traumatic. And you gotta have boundaries to protect you. Not a wall. Because if you have a wall, nothing good or can get in. Right? You waiting for something good, it can't come to you. Nothing can get in or out of wall. So what you want is a boundary for protection. And that's okay. So there are certain scriptures to let you know that God got you. That he's not going to leave you. He's not going to forsake you. That he went before you. It ain't nothing new under the sun. You thinking you the only person in the world is actually going through it. And if you get on the internet, sometimes you'll go viral. Come to find out you ain't the only one. You're not the only one this has happened to. But how do you deal? How do you deal with it? Well, let me give you some scriptures so you don't think that I'm just giving my personal opinion. But I'm telling you that whatever you're going through, and I'm on here because it's not by accident that you're going through this, is you don't know how you're going to feed. You don't know. Trust in him. He will let you know what to do. Just like this week, I had y'all fill out for what did I do? I'm so sorry, y'all. I had y'all do the toy giveaway. I listed it someplace where you could take some toys because I was like, every baby deserves a toy. Them babies probably going through it like nobody's bringing me nothing. And then when they get it, they're gonna feel so happy. Because even that baby is going through something. That little toddler, that little kid is going through something like, who loves me? And to get something from a perfect stranger that don't want anything from you is amazing. I always tell you, when you are going through something, go help somebody else. It'll take you out your funk. You'll realize you don't have it so bad. I believe in volunteering because it takes you out of your situation for a moment. That's what God is always like. Give to the poor. Give. Be a cheerful giver. Because when you give, it takes the weight off of you. Takes you out of a situation. Like, I'm like, I don't care if y'all go to Family Dollar, Walmart. I went to Sam's Club. Just a couple of gifts. Not extravagant, but like the big boxes where they get all these toys all in one. One kid get that, especially if they little. Oh my God, that's like a world to them. It's the goodness, being kind. Sometimes being in your situation, when you just start being kind to people and just doing things, it take you from shit. You like, damn it, I don't have nobody. I ain't making the money I should be making. I mean, it just takes you away from your problems. So here we go. Scripture. 2 Corinthians. Write this down. Go check it out for yourself. This will pass. Because there's really no definition, there's really no Bible verse that says this too shall pass, except for that was the King Solomon had that written in his ring, and it was Gamziyama, which means this too shall pass. But they are actual scriptures that are similar meanings, but basically saying this will pass, whatever you're going through. Okay, so here we go. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, 17 and 18. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, 17 and 18. For our light afflictions, which is but for a moment, is working for us after more exceeding and eternal weight of glory, while we do not take at the things which are seen. For the things which are seen are temporary, but the things which are not seen are eternal. So, okay, I'm gonna break this down. Starting with chapter 17. Sorry, verse 17. For our light afflictions, right? That means there's some things that are gonna come that are gonna be painful, right? God is not gonna give us something so heavy that we won't get through it. That it's just not gonna happen. He's gonna give us something that we can tolerate. It's gonna be painful though. An affliction is always painful. It's not nothing pretty. It could even hurt you, but it won't kill you. A lot of things that you've gone through in your life, it hurt like hell, but it didn't kill you. You end up dusting yourself off and saying, I'm a strong cookie. I've been through hell and back, but I'm here. So you're going to go through some afflictions that are so painful, it's just they killed you, right? It hurt you. It hurt your heart. It hurt your spirit. It even broke you damn near to the point where it caused you to have some form of depression, if we can be real. It could have caused you to die, but you didn't take your life. You thought about it, but you didn't. You said this world could be great without me, but somehow you held on because the pain was so deep. But you're still here. And so for that, it says, which is but for a moment. A moment is temporary. It's not going to last always. So even though you have gone through this and the Bible states that you've gone through it, it's just for a moment. It's not going to last always. For it is working for us after more exceeding. So after you go through it, it's actually going to benefit you. Once you get through this pain, once you get through it, you like, oh, damn, I don't know how, that I'm pretty strong. And then have you ever noticed you've been through something and then later on, even though you've been through it, it allowed you to do something else? Okay, you don't believe me. So say you've been through some hurt, some trauma, you thought you couldn't get through it, but then you heard somebody else going through a similar situation, and you were actually able to tell them how you got out of it in a healthy way. Because some people get out of stuff and it's so unhealthy and it's detrimental, but you got out of it. You're stronger, you're better, you're healed. And then that was able to help somebody else, because God is about love and relationships, right? So you were able to build a relationship with somebody else, like drug addiction, right? That's an affliction. Alcoholic Anonymous, Gamblers Anonymous, where they tell you, hey, I had this situation, but I was able to overcome it. And so can you. And they even put you with somebody that's actually been through it, a counselor, right? Because God says be a good counselor. They actually give you a counselor. And I'm not making fun of these situations. There's other types of groups, but I'm just picking these groups randomly for you to understand you have gone through something and it's going to be beneficial to you, because once you get out of it, you'll be able to help somebody else out of it. You'll be able to help somebody else out. Like, I'm a single mother, right? And every time you turn around, you hear people say all type, hey, to Latanya. You hear people say all type of things about single mothers, like single mothers are unstable and single mothers, the kids end up being bad and all that. And I'm just a whole contradiction, like, to that. Like, my son's a straight A student. He's an athlete. He's actually got a great personality. He's a kid, so he ain't gonna do stuff right all the time. But I actually got a good kid, and that's why I put on my Instagram. I got me a cool kid, right? I love my kid, right? Was it a struggle? Is it a struggle doing having two positions, being a single mother, right? You kids need a mother and a father, right? And so I'm doing everything myself. Therefore, it's a lot of extra stress because there's not another person to help fill the spot, right? So I'm taking on extra loads, but I don't regret it. Sometimes it's painful, sometimes it's stressful. You know what I'm saying? It's tiring, but it's rewarding because I see how healthy my son is and how grateful I am to have him, that some people can't even have kids, right? And I'm able to get through it, and I'm breaking every stereotype. Like, I'm not bitter. I don't hate my kid's father. I have nothing negative to say about him. It's just I'm open to love. Uh I'm not dependent on somebody to come in and just be a Captain Save 'em, where it feels like they're taking on the burdens of taking care of me and my kid. Like, it's not like that. Like, so self-sufficient, I'm saying. And that's a good feeling. But I had God to help me with all this and help me maneuver and then have a good support system. And I'm grateful for the destiny helpers and the people that God put in my life to help me raise my child. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm grateful. But that's where I come in. If a younger woman comes and says, you know what, I'm having a baby, I'm pregnant, and I don't know what to do, I can share some light on, baby, this is how I got through it, and I'm still getting through it. And yes, it's challenging, but I can get through it. And that's the most important. That's the most important part. Like, being able to stay level headed and not getting so overwhelmed and knowing when to say no, knowing when to fold. Sometimes it's okay to give up. Sometimes it's okay to start from scratch. A lot of people don't know when they're going through something, they feel like, oh my God, you got to go down with the sinking ship. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to. If you see something shit sinking, get the hell off. Get off. You're going to kill yourself to save face? Be in a bad relationship? Do I stay in an abusive situation just to say that I have a husband, I have a spouse? You know what I'm saying? And the answer is no. So even though I might be going through ridicule and some heartache, it will one day go away. And it has. It has actually gone away from me, where I'm telling you I had peace. But when you're in the moment, you're thinking, oh my God, what are people going to say? What are people thinking of me? And I'm a failure. No. You have to look at yourself as, listen, I did the best I could, and it just didn't work. Because even when you fail, you win. Even when you fail, you really win. Because even though it didn't work, you could always try again. It's again knowing when it's time to throw in the towel. This ain't working. And one way to know that is through God. Because he says, while we do not take the things for which we are seen, for the things which are seen are temporary. So what does that even mean? What you see in the moment is temporary. You can't see past it because you're in it. But once you just start focusing on something else, focusing on God, you will find out your faith. Even though you can't see it, you believe it. You're going to believe you're getting out of it. So a man thinketh, so is he. So if you think you're going to come out of the situation and you're going to come out smelling like roses, then you will. But if you think that it is going to take you down, it will take you down. And I don't care if it's an illness. Like when I get sick, severely ill, my mind says, I'm gonna get out this thing. I'm not gonna let this illness take me down. I'm not gonna do it. It's not gonna happen. It's not. It won't defeat me. And because I have that attitude of this is not going to defeat me, it doesn't. And saying that, I had to change my diet, right? I had to exercise. I had to not be so stressed out, even if that meant getting rid of somebody, getting rid of toxic people around me, getting rid of a toxic work environment. Sometimes our work environment is toxic, and you got to be willing to say, hell, I'm out of here. Right? Because this job is not my source. God is my source. So let me apply for jobs. Let me do this. Let me do that in order to find a better place for me to be. Because stress kills. And the thing about it is, once they kill you off, they replace you. And all you have is you. So this situation will pass because you told yourself it's going to pass. So even though you don't see it, it's coming internally. Internally. If you believe it internally, it's going to pass. It's going to happen. The faith that you have in God, the faith that you just gonna keep on believing until you see it, but you put some work into it. And only way that this too shall pass is if, only if you have put into your brain, I want to get out of this situation. Only if you like, look, I don't need this relationship. God got something better for me. May it be job related, romantic, friendship, career, just whatever. If I'm unhappy, like this thing is really making me unhappy where it's giving me headaches and stressing me out, I don't need it. I don't need it and I don't want it. And I don't care how people feel about me. Damned if you do, and damned if you don't. And however they feel, it's gonna pass. But because I don't care about how people feel about me, like I just don't, I'm okay. You can't put me in a heaven or hell, and you can't pay my damn bill. So I don't care. Opinions are just opinions. As long as I'm not hurting anybody, I'm not putting out any evil spirit, just evil words towards people, and I'm living my best life, staying in my lane, not jumping into other people's lane. I don't get into other people's business. That's another thing. I don't be worried about what other people doing. I don't gossip like that. I don't. I stay out of the foolishness. And because I stay in like a bubble that I created, I watch what I watch. I, listen to the music that I want to listen to. Because I do all of that, I stay happy. And even when the world seems to sometimes seep into the bubble, I'm like, okay, it'll be over soon. It will be over soon. Because I trust in him and I know he's my source, and he told me I'm going to lie for nothing, and he's not a man that he should lie. Okay, here's another scripture if you don't believe me. 1 Corinthians. See, we still in the Corinthians. We was in second, now we're going to first. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. No temptation has overtaken you except such as it is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able, but with the temptation will also make the way of escape, that you may be able to bear it. So even when you're tempted, God will make an escape. Did you not know there was a devil? Did you not know that he's not happy that you want to live your best life? That he comes to kill, steal, and destroy? Don't you know that he know that you waiting on God for this promise? Don't you know you've been asking God all year for this thing and you have yet to receive it? So now he's going to try to send you a counterfeit. Like, girl, go ahead and take this. Boy, go ahead and take this. You know you can't do any better. And it's up for you to understand that God said he had something for you. It's best that you hold out, because what you think you want, God, it's even better when it comes. All of a sudden, you waiting on somebody, you waiting on your future spouse, and all of a sudden, all your exes start calling. Not like you can't get back with an ex, but the person's an ex for a reason. And unless God tell you to, why would you go back? You're supposed to move forward unless God told you to. It's one thing to forgive, but you don't actually have to get back with the person. Now you done caused extra drama. Now God see you can't wait, so he can't send you the blessing. Because you felt the space of the person that he was trying to fill, because you were trying to do it yourself. A lot of times this cannot pass. This cannot pass is because you trying to play God and trying to fix the situation yourself. He knew you were going to be tempted. Hell, the devil tried to tempt Jesus. And he said, you want me to jump off, but my God, my owns all of this. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. If you know that your God got all of this, and don't you think he know what you want? The desires of your heart. And as long as it's within the Bible, as long as it's with the laws and ramifications and the commandments that he says, you're gonna get it. So as long as you ain't trying to be after somebody's husband or wife, you know what I'm saying? You can't kill somebody. Like, oh, I just got to kill that person so I can get that spouse. No, no, no harm. It would be if it's got to cause somebody some type of harm, it is not for you. Somebody else's harm. Like, you're going to break somebody else's heart to get their spouse. Like, God is not for that. You're going to try to take somebody else's job. If God wants you to have the job, it'll be yours. But you're not going to be stealing people's jobs and stuff. That's where you start coveting things. Stealing people's cars and jewelry and things that don't belong to you because you coveted it. But if it's something and it's like God, it will come to pass if you ain't made it an idol. If you're not obsessing over it, it will come to pass. It will. It will pass. It will pass and not gas. It's not going to be no fart. Okay? None of that. But it will come to pass. It will. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. You will win. You will win. You will win. But the only way you're going to win is if you get out your way and you stop obsessing over it too. That means you made it an idol. Every day, all day. You just thinking about it. Is this the person? Is this the person? Oh, the person opened the door. Is that it? Is that it? I had a cousin. Every time I turned around, everybody was her husband. Just everybody. In fact, she would introduce him as her future husband. No. You have to just get to the point where you're just comfortable being in the skin that you're in. And whatever comes your way, you have to understand that you will get through it. So, like I said, I do believe in God in therapy. Because you need to find out why you keep obsessing over stuff, why you can't let stuff go. Listen, I believe in it. I believe in a healthy mind. You need to clean out that clutter. You got people living in there rent free. So I believe Dr. Darlene Nichols, 773-366-3437, 773-366-3437, 773-366-3437. Dr. Darlene Nichols, Dan Ministries, com, danministries.com. And Adonis G. Johnson, I am my life coach. I am my life coach. Because you keep doing the same thing over and over again, looking for a different result, which is nothing but insanity. So he got books and DVDs. That's a part one. And then the part two is that you actually speak to a life coach. And then, of course, there's God, who been waiting on you this whole entire time. He waiting on you to just give him an opportunity. You got to go to him free will. He's not going to force you to love him. Just like you don't want to force people to love you. You want them to love you unconditionally. And you don't want to be forced to love them because love is free. Love is free, baby. And nobody should have to force anything. You should want a relationship. So I'm telling you now, it's time to go to God. You ain't turning this on by accident. I don't know when you're going to watch this, but the thing is, whenever you watch this, know that God got you. So you're going to close your eyes and say, Lord, come into my heart. Be my Lord and Savior. I know you died on the cross for my sins. And right there, you are saved. Get you in a Bible-based church. Literally stay in prayer, stay connected to him, and get into that word. Don't just be like, I'm going to church because it's a mega church. Go because God led you, because there's nothing like congregating with like minds, right? And when you're down, they could pick you up, and when they are down, you could pick them up. And it's just it's a it's a it's a safety in it, right? That lets you know that you're not alone and that you could celebrate together, because it's not always a bad thing. You go to church to celebrate, to comfort one another. It's just a fantastic atmosphere if you're in the right one. But you also, because there's some fake prophets out there, it is. But also, you got to read that word for yourself. You got to meditate with God. You got to get in there. Like I said, he is not a genie. You just want him so you could get stuff out of. That's just being a user. Gimme, God. Gimme, like he a genie. Like, no, that's not okay. Like, that's not what we're supposed to use God for. And I'm here to tell you that he's not looking for you to be perfect, because at the end of the day, it's people all in the Bible that they were not perfect. They weren't. They were not perfect. So God ain't working for you to be perfect. And sometimes he will allow you to be broken so somebody else could put the piece to help you get back together again. Because we're all connected. Sometimes in our brokenness, he'll send people to help heal us, to let you know that God exists. That's why you have to be careful how you treat people, because God could have sent you an angel, but because they didn't look like how you thought they should look or speak how you thought they should speak, that you turn them away. And then you say, God, where were you? I was with that person that I sent. I sent them. I sent that person. But you turned me away when you turned them away. God, you didn't answer me. I did. Several times. But you told me you had it on your own. John 16:33. I have told you these things so that in me you will have peace. In this world you will have trouble. But take heart. I have come. I have overcome the world. I have overcome the world. Perfect tongue. Thought I was made it up. But so says John 6, once again, John 16:33. I have told you. Who's I? God. I have told you these things so that in me you will have peace. It didn't say in man. It said in him. Who is him? God. He's telling you in him he will have peace. 2 weeks ago, a young woman was like, God, the Bible is an old book. A oldie but a goodie with wisdom in there to help you navigate through life. That obviously it's a powerful book if it's still accurate to this day. And it's the #1 bestseller book in the world. So, again, it says, in him you have peace. In this world, you will have trouble. So he told you, he tells you, and over again, you will have trouble. You will have light afflictions. He never told you you're going to have a perfect life. Never did he say that. Never. So I don't know how people can oh my God. I don't know. Well, if you read your Bible, you would have known that you would be going through trouble sometimes. But then it says, but take heart. Okay? Take heart. Heart is your thoughts. In the Bible, heart means thoughts. So in your brain, in your head, know that you're going to overcome it. Take heart, not in heart, but heart. This is your heart. Your subconscious heart. Your heart is your subconsciousness. Your thought process. In your thoughts, in your subconscious, in here, I will overcome. I have overcome the world. So even though you are going through trouble in your mind, you should be like, I'm going to overcome this. This will pass. And stay calm. Whatever you do, stay calm and don't do anything that's going to jeopardize anything. Stay calm. Stay calm. But no, you don't want to stay calm. You want to freak out. You got to go on social media, let everybody know. Sometimes it's just okay to be silent. Sometimes it's okay to be silent. Because it says the power of the tongue, right? And you don't want to be speaking out of hurt. You don't want to be speaking out of worry and anxiety because you waited on God and it hasn't come yet. Where is God? Where is God? Everybody else is getting a blessing. Instead of saying, my blessing is coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Any day now. Any day now. Any day now is coming. Any day now. Any day now. But no, don't want to do that. Any day now. Any day. You don't want to do that. You start letting people talk you out of God. I don't know how you believe in that God that you believe in. Hey, bro, I don't know how you believe in that God, man. It ain't came yet. You might as well go in and get you one of these girls, at least get you some. Now you got a baby that you didn't want by a person that you can't stand because you did something that was permanent in a temporary situation. Got in trouble, got locked up doing something permanent for a temporary situation because you thought you had to do it. You thought in your brain instead of saying in heart, in my subconscious, He said that he overcomes the world. I overcome the world. Who is I? God. But y'all want to play God. And then lastly, Hebrews 13:6. Some say with confidence, and the Lord is my helper. I will not be afraid. What can a mere mortal do to me? Some say with confidence, the Lord is my helper. You're supposed to say when you are going through something. See, you have to feed this daily. This isn't, your flesh dies daily. This isn't a once every blue moon when I feel like it. No. You read the scriptures so it becomes a part of you. So when you need it, you can use it. When you're going through something, you don't always have to tell people, right? In your weakest moments, you don't always, because everybody don't always want to hear your issues. Everybody don't always want to hear what happened to you. Everybody doesn't care. People got their own issues. If you're the person that's always got something going on, you get on people's nerves, right? Some stuff you do have to battle in silence. Some stuff everybody's not going to be understanding about. That's why you got to go to God. That's why you got to go to therapy. You ain't got to tell people you're going to therapy. Just go. Healing is for you. Not for everybody else. Girl, I go to therapy, girl. I go twice a week. You know, that ain't that. You're supposed to go for you. Man, me and my wife go to marriage counseling. That ain't for everybody. That's for y'all. Unless you need to tell people, hey, they ask you, hey, man, how have you sustained? Or hey, lady, how have you sustained, being married? Hey, man, we put God first and we go to counseling before, before we got married, and we still go just to have upkeep and to talk things out and to get some boundaries and some understanding going on. Just saying. Just saying, like, when you're healing, it doesn't always have to be publicized. When you're going through something, it doesn't always have to be publicized. So you can get attention. And some people, they rather have bad attention instead of good attention. As long as it's attention, like they're attention seekers, they'll do anything just to get attention. And you're like, that is negative and unhealthy, but they don't care. So at the end of the day, I'm telling you, whatever you're going through, it will come to pass. It will pass. It will pass. It will subside. And it ain't gas. Okay? You're not going to be gassy. It might move like gas where it hurts, but it ain't gas. And when you come out of it, you're going to be all right. You're going to make it to the other side. You should be telling yourself in 2023 is my year. Already you should be seeing yourself out your situation. You should be seeing yourself out the situation now before 2023 hits. You shouldn't wait till January 1st to be telling yourself what you're going to do this year and all that. You should already have started your new year. I've already started my new year. So when January 1st happens, I'm already like, okay, this is what's going on because I've already started. And even though I can't see it, I believe in it. I believe whatever I'm about to I'm overcoming it. I've overcame it already. And please, again, believe everybody got issues. You ain't the only one. So stop acting like it. Everybody got something going on. Even if they happy. It's things that they have to deal with on a constant basis, because if you had nothing to deal with, you'd be a perfect being. And so God, it's always something that you always got to deal with constantly for the rest of your life. And that's okay. Just deal with it. Suck it up. Lord, am I always going to deal with it? Yes. Sometimes, yes. Yes, you're going to have to deal with it. But that's what keeps you humble. That's what keeps you from being a bragger and boasting. That's what keeps you level-headed, humble, meekness. The Bible talks about being meek. So sometimes you have to constantly go through stuff so you stay humble, so you stay meek, so you know who's in charge and it ain't you. Because some people want to be the boss. They just the boss of everybody and everything. And I hate a bully. And people feel like if they can't control you, it's the end of the world. Get over it. So at the end of the day, I'm saying to you, I don't know when you're going to watch this. It could be tonight on the replay, tomorrow. I know I came on late. I know I came on late. But at the end of the day, I just need you all to know that you're going to get through it and you're not alone. I love you if nobody else loves you. You're smart enough, you're talented, and we're stronger together. And I'm strong enough to tell you, stay calm, stay vigilant, press through it. Don't give up now. How have you made it to the end of the month and then you kill yourself on Christmas? You could kill yourself on the holidays because you alone. I came on here to let you know that you are important and that God can use you. God is about love and relationships. And you're willing to off it because you're not where you want to be in life. You're at the right place at the right time. That goodness will come to you. You just got to keep believing in it. Goodness is coming. Goodness is coming. You will win. You will win. You will win. You just got to believe you're going to win. And though you cannot see it, I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you. You're going to win. And who cares about your naysayers? Don't let people bully you. Stop caring about how people feel about you. Just stop it. Take yourself out of the rat race of trying to fit in. God made you fearfully and wonderfully made. He didn't make you to be a copycat. You have your own originality, and that's okay. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be you. It's one thing to admire. It's a whole thing to try to imitate somebody else. It's always going to be somebody prettier, smarter, funny than you. But it's only one you. And your gifts will make room for you. You say, well, Lord, it hasn't happened yet. But it will happen. Just be waiting. And in the wait, what are you doing in the wait? So even while you're going through, my bills are piling up, oh Lord. I don't know. Just know. Stay in prayer. Stay faithful. It's coming. Go to work. Do your best at the job, even if you hate it. Because when it's time to go, it's time to go. When your assignment is up. But what you have to do is your part. Your part. Whatever they paid you to do, if you saying, well, Lord, they overlooked me. Oh, well, don't worry about it. Do your part. Do your part. Well, I got passed up. Okay. Do your part. Always do your part. Don't look at anybody else. Okay, they didn't. And then when it's time to move on, you will move on. And let's say they did their part and then you got passed up, and then they didn't do their part. And now they lose their job and then you get handed it. But if you don't do your part and you're worried about everybody else, don't look for promotion. Just do your part. God is your vindicator. He will place you wherever you are deemed fit. He will tell you what to do, even if you don't feel like you are adequate enough. Even if you don't feel adequate enough, he'll take care of it. You just do your part. You stay in your word. You fast. Some stuff only come through fasting and praying. But it will pass. And it won't always be like this, my love. It won't always be like this. I came on, even though I was late coming from styling somebody's hair, God put this on my heart to tell you it's coming. It's coming to pass. I don't know who this is for. I'm just a vessel. I'm just a vessel. So whoever this is for, you've been waiting on God. He wants you to do your part. Whatever he told you to do, you do that part. And then the rest is up to him. But don't you try to do his part too. Do your part and his part. Let God do God and you do you. He told you what to do, whatever that is. Whatever God told you to do it. And do it well. And do it without complaining. Don't complain. God ain't happy yet, but I know. No. Speak your scriptures. Speak Hebrews 13:6. Speak John 16:33. Speak 2 Corinthians 4, chapter 4, 17 through 18. Speak 1 Corinthians 10:13. Speak these things, because when you speak these things, it will move. Pass means to move. It will move in your life. You want stuff to move? Start doing things, positive things, changing your atmosphere, doing something productive. Go help out the needy. They got coat drives you could start, toy drives. It's things that you can do to better your frame of mind. It ain't for you to blast it on the internet. Look, I'm giving to the needy. No, just go give to the needy. The only reason why I put the notice up, the flyer up, is for advertisement for people to also donate. But I didn't go. Y'all never did you see me on Sunday show you the toys that I gave. Never did you see on Sunday, here I'm here giving toys out. Where y'all at? No. God doesn't want you. God wants you to give in secrecy, right? Not to be doing all of that. Just be advertising. Because whatever you do, he's going to bless you for it. But if you're looking for validation, you got it already. You don't need him. So while you're not supposed to give and then be bragging and boasting about it. Then, because that's what you got. Don't be looking for him. He said that he will take care of you if you take care of the poor. Love thy neighbor. Sometimes I'm feeling a certain way. I just buy the person behind me a cup of coffee at the Starbucks. Charity. It starts with charity is what I'm saying. Yes, you might be feeling some way, giving a smile when somebody looking depressed. It's just the little things, being kind to people, because whatever you're going through, it will go away. It won't always be like this, my loves. You just got to believe it. Believe it in your heart, believe it in your mind that it won't always be like this. I love you if nobody else love you. I will see you for the most part, the regular scheduled time at 7 p.m. I couldn't even get on to say I'm going to be a little late. That's how late it was. It was just a lot going on. The internet wasn't working where I was, like the Wi-Fi, everything was just off. Like my phone wasn't connected and the bill is paid, y'all. But I'm just glad that whoever needs to hear this will hear it. And I will see you same time, same cute girl. Thank you for tuning in to the Real Love and Tea Show, where I got love in my heart and tea up in this cup. Bye for now, YouTube. See you later. Instagram, shout out time. Shout out to Proficient Cuz Barack